All right, we are live.
Hi.
Hello. Welcome to the Tell and Show. My name is Enzo.
And my name is Chad.
Yes, I'm here with the one and only Chad Marvelous.
Thank you.
And so we're here to talk about dolls and stuff. So if this is your first time watching, the way the show is structured, the first part is the tell part. So it's like news, like doll news and toy news and whatever I want to talk about. And then the second part is the show part, because I always like the show part the best. So that's why it's the Tell and Show. So yeah, let's well, I guess before we get into any of that, I will be time stamping the video, so you can kind of skip around if something is really boring to you or you have zero interest in it. You can skip ahead, and yeah. So, but first, how are you, Chad? How's your day, your week, your whatever?
It's been an interesting week. Not bad, but just stuff going on between work and other stuff. But generally speaking, I'm fine. I did something to my back the other day, and it's something very, very small, and it's something stupid, and I felt something pop in my shoulder blade. So it's hard to sleep at night, but it's getting better pretty quickly. So luckily, that's fine. So, but so it's I've just been really tired this week, but last night was way better. I was actually able to sleep the whole night, which is funny because anytime I do a live stream, if I know I'm doing a live stream, I always get anxious and then I have trouble. It's like Christmas, you can't sleep because it's Christmas Eve. So it was kind of one of those situations for me.
I did not sleep well last night. Just it's typical night for me. But it's also super windy here. It's chilly. It's chilly here in Chicago. And I'm waiting for the warm weather. So if you could just blow some of that California air over here, that would be awesome.
I will do my best. I'll get, I don't have it out here, but I've got my fans. I'm going to try and, my little Thorpe fan or whatever.
Okay, so let's talk about some stuff before we get into the actual dolls. The first thing I want to talk about is something that is fairly recent news: the Barbie movie. This trailer is everywhere. It dropped yesterday, and was it yesterday? It was yesterday, right, or the day before? I think it was yesterday.
One of those days. Remember, I've been sleep deprived up until last night, so I can't remember certain dates.
We'll say yesterday. So they dropped the trailer, and then they also dropped all of these posters with all of the stars. It looks like. I'm assuming these are all the people that are in it, and there's 20 plus people that are in it, and it's insane how number one, how many people are in it. The trailer, I thought, if you haven't seen the trailer, you should definitely check it out. It's fun. So these are some of the stars. This is courtesy of Papusile Mele. I don't know how to say this person's name, but
your guess is as good as mine. I do follow them as well, but I'm not 100% sure on how to pronounce the name.
Yeah, if you're looking, they're really good about news, like when things drop, they're pretty much on it. I feel like they're based in Europe somewhere.
I think so.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, these are some of the people in it. There are a bunch of Kens, a bunch of Barbies. It's just really it's just really funny. What do you think of what did you think of the trailer? I'm
really excited because I It's extremely, extremely camp. And like, I wasn't sure what way they were going to go with this, but the minute that I saw, I forgot her name. It's Kate McKenna. The minute I saw her looking like a Barbie that's been played with her haircut and like marker drawn on her face, I was sold. I'm like, I am so there because I love her anyway. But yes, I like when I saw that, like I did, like, I don't know, some of the the early promotional stuff, it was definitely a tease. Like it did not really give much in the way of like what was going to be happening, but right. It did its job. It was definitely a tease for sure. But now that we've gotten a little bit more, I'm like chomping at the bit. I can't wait to like get in there in the theater and see this movie.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be really fun. I think it'll be a good time for sure. And yeah, I hope it's good. I'm crossing my fingers.
I've heard rumors about what was that?
I was gonna say, I hope it's not like one of those things, like when they hype up a movie and then the trailer looks really good and like you're like, oh, and then you get to the actual movie and it's just like, okay.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking, so like my thing is growing, I always like, I'm starting to tell people, it's like, like cut me some slack. I was born in the 1900s. Like, like me growing up and like when I was younger, a lot of the movies that were based off of an existing IP were usually bad or not that they were bad, but they were either low budget or just whatever, like they were literally cash grabs or something like that, or just, I don't know, like one that comes to mind is like the original Super Mario Brothers movie with John Leguizamo as Luigi, and I forgot who played Mario in that one.
Something. He was in Roger Rabbit.
Yes. Yes. Anyway, so that one, like, it had nothing to do with the. It was a completely brand new, unique story, and I'm not saying it was bad because I really liked it, but it was bad. Like, most like I think video games to movies back in the day were like that. Once again, not saying that they were, because people liked them. I enjoyed a lot of them, but they were not really high quality. And I think I've been scarred by that. So like, cause like there's a few of them that I didn't really enjoy as much. So when I see stuff like this, I'm a little hesitant because it's not like a, brand new thing or whatever, or a sequel of something that's already done well. Right. In this case, like I'm thinking Barbie movies, I'm thinking, okay, these are made for like, 4 to 10-year-olds, and I'm not going to enjoy it. I'm not the target audience and stuff like that. Right. So that's like one of those things. But I have to remind myself, most of the recent, within the past like 5-10 years or whatever, most of the movies that are like what I was saying are way better. Like they just have better writers and a higher budget to work with. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think that last scene where they're talking about a beach off kind of gave me hope that it's not going to be like a kid's movie.
Right.
So anyway, let's say a quick hello to the chat. Meryl's here. Hi, Meryl.
Hi, chat. It's so funny when people say, when they're doing a live stream and they say hi chat, I always think they say hi Chad because it's just too close. It's too close. But so it's kind of weird for me to say hi chat. Hi Barb. Hi Meryl.
Malfitor. I really wish I played some of Barbie video games. Yeah, I didn't realize Barbie had video games.
Oh yeah. I mean, that could be a whole topic for a whole separate video. But like, yeah, that Barbie has a long legacy of video games. They're not always great, but they're there. They exist.
Good to know. Okay, so yeah, Barbie movie. Go see it when it comes out. I'm sure we'll be there. The next thing I want to talk about is the Barbie Extra has these like, I don't know what you'd call them. Oh. They're kind of like these like
merch.
Yeah, it's merch for Barbie Extra, basically. So it reminds me of the Real Little stuff.
They're small. Okay, I see it in the box there. Oh, yeah, cute. Okay.
So they're like tiny. They're like it's also hard to tell the scale of these. I'm assuming they're like small-ish things. I don't know.
From the look of them, because the store displays, the little box that they're in is kind of uniformal for the most part when it comes to a lot of this type of product. So like I have a feeling they're about the size of maybe an LOL ball, or maybe just a little smaller, because like the Real Littles backpacks were about that size, so maybe they're about that size. That's what I'm guessing. I obviously, this is the first I'm seeing of these, and I think they're really cute, but just kind of, I have no basis for comparison in the pictures. But well, the scrunchie, I mean, if that's a standard scrunchie size, you can see how big the little purse is next to it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I guess that's a human scrunchie, so I'm assuming that's the size. But anyway, so these are coming out at some point.
Cute.
Let's see. There's a new Mulan Doll. People were talking about this a lot, so I included it. But I'm not a huge Mulan fan. I'm assuming you are. So
I'm kidding. No, I'm joking. I'm totally joking. No, I saw this and I thought, like, at first it was an account that normally posts like older, like existing dolls on their, and they just post updated. And we've had dolls similar to this in the past, from, like the limited edition Disney Store dolls or whatever. But I literally just yesterday found out that this is a new doll, not an existing one. And I am so excited because I didn't have a chance to get the other ones. And I love Mulan. There's something about Asian dolls, like whether it's like Chinese inspired or Japanese inspired, there's something that like I'm drawn to. Like I have a lot of my Nana surprise dolls and the the Lunar New Year dolls and stuff like that. I don't know why, I'm just drawn to those things.
Yeah, she's really pretty. I mean, she's got a really pretty face, and her outfit looks very traditional and very, like, I can see why people like it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, Disney Renaissance, I mean, that's literally my childhood. So like when the movie came out, but I'm glad that's another thing is Mulan does not get a lot of dolls compared to all of the rest of the lineup. Mulan and Pocahontas, and there was one other one. Anyway, Mulan just is very, I feel like, underrepresented in the doll sphere. So I'm happy she's getting another release.
She is a princess, right?
Yeah, she's on the lineup. But I mean, maybe like, I think in the 90s they were like, oh, she doesn't sell as much as Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, and Ariel. So and Belle. And those are the ones we're going to put out dolls for,
Right. Yeah. All right.
That kimono is really nice. Yeah.
It is really nice. And then the last thing I think I have is the RuPaul Build-A-Bear, which I just threw this in here because I was like, what is this? What is this this monstrosity that we're looking at right now? I appreciate RuPaul, and I appreciate her business savvy, and like anything, like she'll put her name on anything and sell it.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Including Build-A-Bear, apparently. I just thought this was like really funny. I don't know. What do you think? Would you purchase this for yourself or for someone else?
If I was somebody who collected Build-A-Bear specifically, or even plushies, I probably would, but I don't. They just take up a lot more space than dolls do. So like, and I don't have any like need or want for plushies. But I have to say that I love this. Like, I'm not going to buy it for myself, but I do love it because two main reasons. One, I love the representation. Like, I just like it being seen, especially with everything that's going on, which I'm not going to get into right now because that's not the topic of this live. And like, I get real heated when I think about it. But
it's a discussion for sure.
Yeah. But I really do like the representation that, like it's becoming mainstream enough that it is a drag queen bear being sold at Build-A-Bear. Like, I don't know. It's just a really cool concept. But the second reason, which I think I like it for even more, is it's so camp. It is so camp and over the top and hilarious. Like, I first saw like leaks of it a while ago, and then just a few days ago, I guess because this must have just dropped recently, I saw RuPaul on Instagram was advertising it, like holding it up and looking at it and stuff like that, and I just thought it was so funny. So I think that that's the main reason why I like it, is that it's funny.
It is funny. It's yeah, and I think the whole I'm not really into Build-A-Bears or that, and it's just a weird this whole like bear cave like sub set of Build-A-Bears is kind of strange to me, because they're like more like adults.
Wait, what? There's a thing? What? There's a community? Like, I didn't know.
No. It's called hold on. There's a part of Build-A-Bear that is like, I think it's called the Bear Cave.
Oh, okay.
I think, where it's like more like adult bears. I've definitely gotten ads for like bears in like leather outfits and weird like whatever. It's not like super adult.
Right.
I'm looking for it, but it's like, oh yeah, here we go. The Bear Cave. Yeah, like they have like Build-A-Bear, Ted Lasso, The Office. So it's like more like like
it's for adult collectors.
Right. So it's just a weird market. But I guess there's an audience for it. I don't know. But anyway,
you know what? Yeah, if there's a niche, if you see a spot, go for it. You know what I mean? I'm looking on the website right now, and they have like Star Wars, they have Black Panther, they have Nightmare Before Christmas, RuPaul, Ted Lasso. Yeah, there's Doctor Who. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I mean, if some people really like plushies, and some people are fans of Build-A-Bear, and I think kids are more for like, they're more interested in the colors and like the more trendy stuff or whatever. But these are like IPs or like tie-ins with other companies or brands, and that's definitely aimed at collectors.
Yeah, and I feel like collectors are definitely a target these days for toy companies. I feel like adult collectors or the whole kidult thing is definitely probably driving that. So
yeah.
And that is it for the tell. So I forgot to mention what we were actually talking about today. So we're talking about celebrity dolls, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So
and there are some ugly. Let me tell you.
There are plenty of ugly.
I had fun researching this one.
I wish I had more time, because there's so many. If you don't know, there are so many celebrity dolls out there that are not like customs, just like straight up from the manufacturer. Here's a celebrity doll. It's just crazy. But anyway, I will start. So the first thing we're going to talk about are dolls that we actually own. So I'm going to. Okay, so the first one I'm going to start with is I have a Dylan McKay doll, and he, and I think it's a pretty good likeness of Luke Perry. I feel like they did a pretty good job. When I saw this online,
he's from 90210.
90210, yeah.
Okay.
I'd never seen a stand like this. So this is it like cuffs around his leg.
Oh, interesting. That is how you can tell that. I mean, like, okay, I know that kids definitely liked 90210, but that's how you can tell that was a collector, like more for collectors, because that goes up like in the pant leg where you can't see it, and it holds it. Like, that's definitely a really good design, especially for like a doll that's wearing pants. Like, like that's yeah. But I've never seen that either. That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah. No, I was really surprised. But yeah, I don't know. I like this doll. I think I just like that he looks like him. He's not really super articulated. He's just kind of like got the standard 5 points, but
Yeah.
I think his his feet aren't, but yeah, he's just a standard. And I'm assuming he came out somewhere in the mid 90s. He does have this weird thing that I've seen a lot where the head is not, it's like not connected. It's not really connected. And it's like the neck is like bigger than the head.
So, oh, that's weird. Okay, that's not what I thought it was. I was going to say, I know that there are dolls, and I don't know. The only ones I've noticed are primarily male dolls, but there's dolls that were made with a certain type of vinyl for the head that the head shrinks over time. And there are some Ken dolls that are like that, and you can notice them because they're the older Ken dolls where like the head can only turn left and right; it can't look up, and like the neck comes up, but then the neck looks wider than the head, the neck head part. What? The neck at the bottom of the base of the head, that's where it connects.
I mean, that's definitely what's going on here for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's my one. And then my other one, I only have two so far. After researching, I will definitely be adding more to my collection. This other one that I have, I've never taken it out of the box. I probably should at some point, but it's my Joey Russo Blossom doll.
Oh, yeah.
I definitely watched Blossom as a kid, and I had a huge crush on Joey Lawrence. And this is like from the one like music video that he had, basically. Similar outfit. I don't know if it's the same outfit, but and yeah, he actually has the opposite problem where his head is bigger than his neck.
Big, yeah.
So there's that. And I don't know. I don't know if the likeness is like necessarily there. It kind of is, kind of isn't. I don't know.
I noticed that about a lot of, not the likeness thing, but the head thing. Like a lot of celebrity dolls have different manufacturers. They've tried different techniques to make the physical doll itself, and like the head, neck, body, like the ratio isn't always there. Like, the female dolls, usually it's the guy dolls that like, and some of the girl dolls, but like, I don't know. I never watched Blossom when I was younger, or like I may have seen episodes of it, but it wasn't one of the shows that I actively watched. But I know who he is, and I'm a huge fan of like Big Bang Theory and other things that. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking on her name. Blossom.
Maya, or wow, Maya Bialik. Wow.
Thank you. Yeah, I was like, it's not it's a unique name. That's why I couldn't think of it off the top of my head. But anyway, I'm a fan of her. But it's so funny because that doll, like the outfit that it has and everything, is the quintessential bad boy 90s outfit. You got the white shirt underneath, a black leather jacket with blue denim that's like acid washed, and then you've got not one but two red flannel shirts. Oh, and is that a baseball shirt?
Sure is.
Yes. So it is that is like the time capsule of the 90s right there, I feel like, or one of the main ones.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. But anyway. So what do you have?
So, I have a lot more than I thought I did. So, I'm gonna show like some of the stuff, but like I also have like slides that I can bring up that'll probably be like easier for people to see. But so I'm gonna start off with the Spice Girls because it's me and I have to. So I actually have 3 sets of the Spice Girls dolls. One I have on the slides, so I didn't get it out. It's up in my closet right now. But so these are, where is the camera? There we go. There's the camera. Anyway, so here is Scary Spice.
Sorry, technical difficulties. Hold on. Okay, there we go.
Anyway, so I've got 2 Scary Spice dolls out of box. This one is from my favorite set, which is the On Tour, or no. Yes, On Tour set. All the set names are very, very similar. This is, I don't remember what set this is called, but this is one where they came with two outfits. One was gold and one was like more of like a signature outfit that they wore. But I've got that's Mel B. This is Mel C, Sporty Spice. Wait, she's got to be like this because does all her kicks. She kicks at the camera a lot.
Does she have a gold tooth?
She does. So, it's kind of faded a little bit. It's a little bit lighter, but anyway. So she has her thing. I literally brought. Hold on, where did it go? I brought out my remote so that way I could zoom in and stuff. And now, it's over here. That's handy. Anyway, here we go. So you can see it a little bit better. So there you can see she has her nose ring and she has a gold tooth, which is so funny because that she had that back in the 90s. That's like the style that she had. She doesn't have them anymore. But Trixie Mattel did a video reviewing the Spice Girls dolls, and she's like, "What in the Pirates Caribbean is going on?" And I mean, I guess you're not wrong, but that's what she looked like. It doesn't look like she's missing a tooth to me. It's a gold tooth. It's gold paint.
Yeah.
But I've got a Ginger doll here. Her hair needs some help. Like, I just want to reroute her at this point because it was from the factory cut very choppy and stuff. But anyway, this one I think doesn't look as much like her. But the thing with celebrity dolls, I think they're done well when they don't try to be too accurate. I think they look better if it's more like a caricature or a cartoon version of the celebrity. And I think that they did a good job of that with the Spice Girls, because like you can absolutely tell who they are. This is from that line that had the gold outfits, but she's in the on stage outfit. And then same thing with this. This is Victoria.
Vicky.
I love this dress, this purple dress here. And then if anybody saw my last subscriber mail video, you saw that I got some more from one of my subscribers, sent me the whole on stage set. So these are the ones that have the velour outfits. And I was not expecting this. It was so cool to receive that. I did not set up the lighting in here. It's like really dark and hard to show you. But she sent me all 4 of them. So, and then here is Mel C and Victoria. But I really like these. I'm probably not going to take these ones out of the box, which unfortunately it's hard to show you while they're in the box. But these are the other set that I have. And then let me see if I can pull up. How do I pull up the slides? Let's see here.
Oh yeah, hold on.
Oh, okay, there we go. So I made a slideshow. I'm professional and all that. Okay, so dolls I have. Look at it. So this is the full set. It's my favorite set that I have. This is the set that's up in my closet right now. I didn't get it down just because it's a lot to get where they're at right now, and it figured it's easier to hold up a doll to the rather than the box. But let's see here.
In the box?
These ones are in the box. Yes.
Okay.
So the ones that I have up in my closet, they're stacked all nice and neat. Okay, so the next one, this was going to be kind of like an honorable mention. I didn't make a slide for this one, but I've got a Hagrid doll from the Harry Potter movies. Mattel was doing the Harry Potter dolls, and I've got most of the characters, but they're in storage. This one I just happened to have out because I was going to be customizing him, but he was here when I set up my camera and everything. I was like, I could add him in this list.
That's a pretty good Hagrid. That's
Yeah, Mattel. This when I was doing the research for this, I found out I realized Mattel is kind of like killing it when it comes to celebrity dolls, and now I'm just thinking I totally forgot. I missed out on a chance to get Zombie Gaga because I have the Zombie Lady Gaga Monster High doll, but that's okay. But anyway, no, Mattel did a really, really good job on the Harry Potter dolls. They actually look like the actors, and the outfits are pretty accurate and stuff like that.
Yeah. They look pretty quality. So
it is pretty good quality. He's got saran hair, which is nice. So the only thing I don't like is the fact that his beard is hard plastic. But what are you gonna do? All right. So the next doll that I have here is the Tomb Raider live action doll. Which I have here. I have her both in box and out of box, which if you want, where's, oh, never mind. I just got her down like this. I put the box away, so it's much easier to show you. But yeah, so here she is. Once again, it looks like a caricature, and this is a more recent one. This came out a few years ago when the movie came out, 2018, 2017. I'm not sure when the movie came out, but anyway, so I like the fact that they actually did a lot of these details pretty well, and she's partially made to move. She's got some good articulation. She doesn't have the twist at the upper arm that most made to move dolls do, which kind of does limit her range of movement. But she's got and same thing. She doesn't have the rotation at the upper hip. But she's got a double jointed knee and a double jointed elbow. So
I love dolls that look like they're wearing regular clothes. That's what kind of drew me to this doll. I have a confession: I've never seen a Tomb Raider movie, so I don't.
I am a huge Tomb Raider fan from back when I was a kid. My aunt started playing the first Tomb Raider game on not even on a PlayStation. It was on a Sega Saturn when she first started playing it. And I would sit there and I was completely absorbed into this game. I was so she would play and I just sit next to her and I'm just watching. I'm just oh my God, I can't get enough. And then I started playing the games myself, starting with Tomb Raider 2. We got it for Christmas one year and I've never looked back. So I played all the games. I've watched all the movies. I like Angelina Jolie much more. I forgot the actress that played this one. Not that I don't like her. It's that they changed the character. And anyway, that's a whole, once again, another topic for another day. But I think they did a good job on the doll. It looks like her. And I like the details of the outfit. Even though it looks a little clean compared to in the movie. But she's got the bandages and stuff like that. And but she's not wearing super colorful outfits. This is a everyday outfit, some kind of cargo pants and a tank top. So, and I do like that. That's why I keep saying hashtag more hoodies for dolls. I want more doll hoodies because I like the casual stuff.
I wish, and this is kind of off topic, but I wish that what do you call it? I wish it was easier to find jeans, T-shirts that aren't don't have a stupid print on them, or jeans that don't look like they came from God knows where. So
or they're neon orange or something weird or whatever. I feel even then you could do something with it. But yeah, I wish that they would have more fashion packs or something that just that would be for or just casual clothing for dolls. I would really really appreciate that.
Just give me some boring clothes, Mattel.
Right. All right. So the next one that I've got is the Jurassic World doll. Now, I don't have, what's his name? Is his name Owen? I think his name, I'm really bad at names. No clue. I don't have the male doll. But I do have the Claire doll. So, and she is in the box here. So it's it's hard to show because there's a reflection and everything, but I do have her. This was a gift. I got this for Christmas. One of my best friends got it for me. So, and then there's the actress, so you can see what she is supposed to look like. But I think they did a pretty good job. My doll's bangs are cut a little short up there, but Jurassic World is another one of those brands that I really, really love. So Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. So I was like, I really want this doll, especially since like it looks really cute. I like it. So
yeah.
But I'm going to try and not take too much time. I only have 2 more. Okay. So the next one, let me see, make sure I'm doing these in order. Oh, okay. I didn't get these down, so I just have the slide for this one. But these are in storage. I have some of the Twilight dolls. These are all of the ones that I have. There are more characters. They have like Emmett and Rosalie and Carlisle and Esme and a few other ones. Like they have the vampire version of Bella and stuff like that, and then the wedding set. I don't have all of them. There was a point where I was kind of collecting these, but these are before I was like a hardcore collector. Otherwise, if I was like actively collecting back then, I would own all of them probably. So even though like, I don't know. Like when Twilight came out, I was a huge fan of Twilight. Now I just enjoy it. Like whatever. I'm not a huge like over the top fan or whatever. But these are the ones that I've got. And then.
So I'm not familiar with Twilight. I've never seen the movies. I haven't read the books. Is there a reason why is his name Jacob? The one that doesn't have a shirt.
Yes.
Why doesn't he have a shirt? Is he just always shirtless in the movie, or?
Yes, and it's great. But so with like, I mean, obviously spoiler alert or whatever, like if you've never seen it and you plan to see it, I'm going to tell you right now, it's terrible. And that's only because then I set your expectations so low that when you watch it and you're like, oh, it's not that bad. But it's, it's a different take on a vampire werewolf story. And for it, like, it's kind of like part of the whole thing with him. He does start off wearing clothing, but like, do you care about spoilers? I mean,
I don't, but I don't plan on ever watching it or watching the movies. So I don't care. You
should, just because to say that you have, and then you can have your own opinion of it. But basically, like he starts off not a werewolf, and then he is a werewolf or a shapeshifter or whatever. And it's just in the book, it explains it a lot better. It's because when he shifts, he grows, he gets bigger, and if you're one size wearing clothing and you grow, it rips your clothing. So he just runs around without a shirt because he doesn't want to keep just ripping his shirt every time he's, it's just one less piece of clothing he has to take off before he changes to a wolf.
He's being practical.
So that's the reason why. Yeah.
And economical.
Yep. In the movie, they don't explain that, but in the books, that's the reason why. But yeah, so these are the few that I do have. It's really funny. I just realized the one with the curly red hair in the bottom left there, that's the character's name is Victoria, but it's actually the same actress from the movie that outfit is from. It's the same actress right here.
Okay.
So, but it's so funny if you look at that and then like look at the face right here next to each other, they look so different.
Yeah, for sure.
They did a very different look for her face mold, even though it's the same person. But he does only come with shorts and shoes. Yeah, the doll itself does. Let's see. Okay, what else was next? Oh, Mary Poppins Returns. So like I said, I realized I had a lot more than I thought I did. But anyway, so I've got her here, but it's easier to see on the slide. But yeah, so I do have the
I love her hat.
Emily Blunt version. But and I do like it. This is when Mattel started doing dolls again before they got the Disney license back for the princesses. Like for a few things here and there, Disney would reach out to Mattel and be like, hey, can you make a doll for us? And this is actually Barbie, a Barbie signature. So it's technically Barbie as Emily Blunt as Mary Poppins.
Okay. Not confusing at all.
No, not at all. So, but the last one that I've got here, which I did not put on the slides. Oh, is there? I'm like just steamrolling through this. I have so many. I'm trying not to take up too much time, but I guess we should probably pay attention to the chat every once in a while. Hi, chat. Hi, everybody.
I want to say hi to I don't remember if I said hi to David or Barbara, Corey. Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, I've heard this before.
So I can tell you, and I do know. So Twilight came first, and 50 Shades of Grey is a Twilight fanfic. And I didn't know that at first. I just thought that 50 Shades of Grey was its own thing or whatever, but it did come out several years after, or a few years after or whatever. But it's so funny because like people have done like the side-by-side comparisons. Like there's videos on YouTube where like it's almost the exact same story, but instead of being a vampire, it's BDSM. I've never watched or read anything 50 Shades of Grey, and I don't plan to. And that's partially just because I enjoy Twilight for what it is, and I don't want to like make that connection in my head. So I refuse to watch it.
There you go.
So the Victoria doll is actually based off of once again, I'm really bad with names. I'm so sorry, but the Victoria doll is from the third movie, and that was the one where this actress played Victoria. So the first two movies, it was a different actress that played Victoria, but she couldn't do the third movie because of scheduling conflicts, and she got the role, so she played Victoria. And then when they made the Victoria doll for the Twilight franchise, it is her. But I think they did like a generic Barbie face sculpt for it, because that's what they did for the other dolls in that collection. The Bella one is a generic face sculpt. I think it's like a Teresa face sculpt, maybe. The Alice one is a Barbie Generation Girl face sculpt, and I think so is but that's why it looks slightly different. I think this one is the Jurassic World one is a unique face sculpt for this character, whereas the Victoria one was more generic.
Right.
Do I have Emmett, Sally? Who's Sally? I don't know who Sally is, but I do not have. They have Emmett, Rosalie, Carlisle, and Esme, and I do not have those characters. I only had the ones that I had on the slide. So in this next one, I forgot to add to the slides. But talking about the live action ones, I've got the Hasbro Aladdin Jasmine. Okay. So I just really liked the dress. I like the pink and blue. I think it looks so pretty. The doll, this was like where I was like, I didn't know if I was going to get it, because Hasbro was making the Disney dolls at this time, and I don't know, she's pretty, but it's very cartoony. It's not really my style, if I'm being honest. But I mean, if you look at the actress, there's a good side-by-side of the actress and the doll. So she looks gorgeous. I love her. I love the dress.
Yeah.
The doll is okay. I don't like the way that Hasbro does their articulation. Because if you look at how her arm is bent right here, that's the extent of how far she can bend her arm. She can't do like a full 90 degrees.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Yeah, not a fan of the way that Hasbro did the articulation there. So now I do have another one. I didn't know if I wanted to bring it up now, because I know you were going to talk about it a little bit later. Should I save it, or should I go ahead and bring it now?
Is it the Belle one?
It's the one. It's the doll.
We'll save it.
We'll save it. Okay.
Plastic Perfection wants to know how we started collaborating and became friends.
How did we start?
I've been watching. I'm a fairly new doll collector, but I've been watching doll review videos for years at this point, and I finally decided to start my YouTube channel, and I was looking for people to kind of collab with, and I love Chad's stuff, and I was just reached out.
Like, after the first 12 people said no, then you finally got.
You were the first one I reached out to. So if that makes you feel any better. And then we just kind of started there, and I don't know. I think with YouTube and with any kind of like community, it's always, I think it's important to kind of reach out and help each other out and kind of
for sure. And that's one thing, because like I notice a lot of people, and I don't know if there's a reason why they do this, but I noticed that a lot of YouTubers, like doll tubers and stuff like that, they don't really mention other YouTubers unless if it's like somebody that they've already worked with or like a friend in real life or something like that. And like I said, I don't know if it's on purpose or maybe they just don't think about it, but like I try and mention them in my videos. Like when I'm like, hey, I was watching Darling Doll's video about, like, I don't know, he just did one where it was like the doll lines that ripped off Ever After High, allegedly, and stuff like that. Like, so I'll mention stuff like that and be like, this is who I watch, because I get asked that in the comments every so often. People will be like, who do you watch, or who, like whatever. So there is that. But I also like, I just feel like it's a community in a way. And I've felt for myself, like I've just been doing my own thing. Like I've just kind of been in my bedroom with a camera and my dolls and just making videos the way, like what I want to watch basically. And I enjoy it, but I've always kind of like felt like I'm just like on my little island here. But I feel like once I started like opening that up and be like, hey, it's not like when you watch a movie and then they have like generic brands for things and stuff like that because of licensing, it's like they're not part of the real world. It's like I wanted to start being like, I am part of the real world, so like let me actually mention these other things and stuff. So like I've wanted to collaborate with, or just, I don't know, be, like I said, it's a community. I want it to feel a little bit more like that. The only thing is I'm also very shy and reserved. So like I've never like approached anybody to collaborate. So I'm actually glad that you messaged me.
I would never think you were shy. Like you don't come across as a shy person at all.
You see the best of what I put on the camera. Like it's so much different when I'm interacting with my camera versus interacting with another person, because then I can just whatever. And then if I don't like it, I'm recording it so I can cut it out in editing. So there's that aspect, but I'm actually pretty reserved. So you either get two versions of me. If I'm interacting with people, I'm either really quiet and just kind of like, I'm a good listener, or I get nervous and I talked way too much. It's usually one of those two extremes, but
I mean, I guess I'm the same. I'm pretty reserved off camera, and I think I come across as like a weirdo and kind of awkward anyway. But that's charming, right? Anyway, so yes, I hope that answers your question. Plastic perfection.
I kind of like, that's the thing. You give me a topic and I will get off track with it. So basically we started collaborating because Enzo was completely obsessed with me and he wouldn't stop messaging me, and he wore me down, and I finally said, yes, let's go ahead and collaborate.
my chat altar is to the side, so you can't really see it. It's pretty epic at this point.
Yes.
Anyway, let's see.
Now that I'm done making it weird.
Made it weird. Shan08, welcome.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hi.
So do you have any more dolls to show that you have?
I do, but I think I'm going to save it because it kind of like ties together for something. So.
Okay, cool. So I think the next section is dolls that we want.
Yes.
So I'm going to go through my list. So I would love a Cher doll. As stereotypical as that is for a gay man to be like, I want a Cher doll. I kind of want a Cher doll. And I think it started with that Will and Grace episode where Jack brought his Cher doll to the restaurant, and if you're familiar, you're familiar. I never really looked it up, but I finally looked it up, and this is what the doll actually looks like in box. and the one on the left is the one that I would actually want. So
the turn back time one.
Love this outfit on Cher, like in real life. On this doll.
It is amazing.
Yeah, it's just a great, and I think it's a pretty good likeness of her.
For sure.
Yeah.
Once again, I think these ones are made by Mattel again, because there's been a lot of Cher dolls. There was many that came out back in like the 70s and stuff. Like it's her early career, and not all of them were that great. They weren't the worst celebrity dolls that I've seen, but they're not all that great. But I want that purple one, and I do fully blame it on Will and Grace because that's one of my favorite shows of all time. I haven't seen all of the episodes of the when they came back for a couple years. I haven't seen all those episodes just yet because I'm rewatching the old episodes first. But it's so funny that we're doing this now because I just watched this episode the other night. So, and I'm sitting here when I rewatch it, I'm like looking, I'm like, I can tell that doll's hair is saran by the way it moves, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm such a nerd.
It's okay to be a doll nerd. That's fine.
Yeah.
Mama Marvelous is in the chat.
Hey, Mom! She's in the other room. Hello, Mama Marvelous.
Thanks for watching, Mama. Let's see. Okay.
Oh, we're going to have a special guest. Hi, Mom.
Hi.
A little guest appearance.
It's rare that you get an in-person hello from the chat.
Yeah, that's right. It's because she's sitting in there watching us on her phone or on her phone, I think. And she's done. Here's the thing. That's not the first time it's happened to me. I've done I've done live streams before where like my mom is in the like living room and I'm in my bedroom like doing the thing, and like one time my aunt was over, and the way my like situation normally is in my bedroom, the door is behind me. Like you see my shelf with all my dolls and stuff, and my door is behind me. But a lot of times if I'm focused here, especially if I have any kind of music or if I'm actively talking, I don't always hear the door open. And one time I was doing a live stream and I mentioned that my mom and my aunt were watching in the living room. So people were like saying hi in the chat or whatever. And somebody was like, hi, Mom, hi, Aunt Debbie or whatever. And then my aunt came in my room and I didn't hear her. I'm in the middle of talking. And then over my shoulder, she's just like, hi. And I jumped. It was like an in real life jump scare. It was not the kind of like interactive chat I was looking for with a live stream.
Anything goes with a live chat.
You never know what's going to happen.
Let's see what else. James Dean doll. Just because I like the way that he looks pretty accurate to the actor.
That's a really good one. Like most of the boy dolls are hard to find good ones of, and actually he looks pretty good. Yeah,
no, and there are plenty of other photos of the doll that look even better than this, but I was super impressed by this one, so this is definitely on my to buy list.
The faucet. Yeah,
another one that's like iconic. I feel like super. I don't know. There's some. There's such a resemblance. I mean, it's not like super accurate, but it's accurate enough. I think the hair definitely makes it. This is what I was talking about. I think what makes a good celebrity doll is if it's a caricature of the when you can look at it and instantly know who it is. Like, and that I think captures. This is a really, really good one, especially since it's an iconic picture or photo shoot or whatever that. That they are recreating with this doll. And it's funny because normally I don't like dolls that are permanently in a position like this, because you can't really play with this doll or pose her in different ways because her elbow is so bent and her legs are bent. It's meant to just be a static pose. Right. But I think that they did such a good job here. This is an amazing doll. And then I I saw this on your other list, so we'll get to that in a second. But I had this not as a child. I had this as a grown adult back when they first came out, and yeah, the likeness is like not there at all, and they're all like awful. But for me, this is more of a nostalgic thing, and like I wish I had it again. I don't know what happened to mine. I don't know if I like just got rid of it or whatever, but definitely looking to repurchase this one for sure.
Yeah, David says his sister still has all of them. I've seen at I hate when there's something like this that's from like my like later childhood or young teenage years or whatever. I see something like this and I hate associating it with an antique place, but in antique stores, whatever, like there's a few of them. I see these pop up every so often, and they just kind of come up in those like retro, because they're older at this point,
I mean, they're like 20 years,
antique, but Justin Timberlake with the ramen hair.
Ramen hair. Yeah, they did him dirty in this. Poor JT.
Yeah.
JT. And then Elton John. I think he has. He's got a few dolls, but this one in particular, I think they got the likeness pretty well. I think it's a pretty good likeness.
I agree. I'm actually surprised because at a glance, this looks like some of the ugly celebrity dolls that I would have picked out as being like misses, or like I didn't really like them. But when you actually look at his face, it's like, oh no, he looks cute. Like they actually did a decent job. Once again, like creating a caricature of Elton John in this case. He looks kind of cute. I like that one. And I like his piano lapel.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. And then he's got his little glasses. I'm sure he would look even better with his glasses and his little shoes. Yeah. And then I think there's one more. Boy George. I love this doll so much. I've seen this before. He's really expensive, super rare apparently, but there's something about this doll, and I think it's a pretty good likeness of him.
I like here's the thing. I like the overall look of this doll. I think that like Boy George lends himself really well to dolls and to merchandise because he was such a he's such a character, and like the I don't know, the overall like aesthetic of it, like it works so well. The thing is, I'm not a fan of dolls from around this time, like specifically celebrity dolls or dolls that weren't Barbie, because of the proportions and the way the construction of the doll is just not my favorite. But because like, if I'm going to get a doll, like I like it when it's like this, where it's like, got the articulation and stuff like that. But that's a nitpick and that's a personal preference. I wish that they would, like, somebody would remake this doll, or like Mattel, to do a Boy George doll or something. Because like they've done Elvis, they've done Elton John, they've done a few others. It's like, and I think Mattel, like we're seeing a theme here. Mattel is like doing the best at these celebrity dolls, and it'd be kind of cool if they remade this exact outfit and everything, just an updated type of doll.
I would be all over that.
Yeah,
for sure. Johnny Depp as Mad Hatter. I feel like I've seen that doll.
So that's another one I have. Oh, okay, so I don't have the Mad Hatter. I completely forgot. So I collect Alice in Wonderland dolls, and I didn't get it, so I can't show you. But I have the live action Alice, like the live action movie Alice doll. I have that one, which is not my favorite because like they kind of made her look a little strange, but that's when you try and get too realistic on a doll scale, it doesn't always work out. And that's, I think, what happened there. But the Johnny Depp one looks pretty cool. And they made more than one. Like they have the Disney Store version, but then they also had like a more expensive like collector like Tonner doll version of it. That Tonner one is way nicer but the face is very creepy to me. Whereas the one from the Disney store, it may not be, it's less expensive, so it's not as detailed, but like at least it looks cool. And it still looks like Johnny Depp to me.
Got it. Okay, so I think that's it for me.
Mm-hmm.
I have some honorable mentions.
Oh, okay.
I totally forgot about that. Okay, so Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah,
I've been watching Rosie O'Donnell's show interviews recently for God knows why. But
all her koosh balls on her desk.
Yeah. I don't know why, but anyway, I thought of this and I was like, oh, and I've seen this come up for relatively cheap. You can get this for pretty cheap, but I think it'd be fun to have a Rosie O'Donnell doll.
I think that would be pretty cool. Like the doll itself isn't necessarily my style, but like I kind of wouldn't mind having it because I love Rosie. She reminds me so much of my aunt, and it's crazy. Like, but I've always ever since A League of Their Own, like, and all of her later stuff, I really like Rosie O'Donnell a lot, and so like I think that would be a cool thing to have in my collection.
Yeah, for sure.
Frida Kahlo.
Yeah, I don't know. I like it. I like Frida's cool. She's a cool chick, and I think it's a good representation of her. I don't know when this doll came out, but
this particular one, it looks like it's one of the more recent ones. I can tell that it was Mattel. Just by the face and by the hands. So it was definitely Mattel, and it was definitely within the past 10 years. So, which is why, it definitely looks really decent. Once again, I may or may not be a little biased for Mattel.
What are you saying? And then this Brandy doll, just because. So if you don't, so speaking of like being a community or whatever, there's a YouTube channel called Dolls to Remember. I think he's also on Instagram, and but he's been reviewing. He's a fairly new YouTuber, but he's been reviewing a lot of these basically celebrity dolls. So he has a ton of Mary-Kate and Ashley dolls, some Brandy dolls, Raven. But that kind of got me thinking about this doll in particular because I think he looked at this one. But I don't know. I think this is a really good likeness of Brandy. I think it's like spot on.
I agree. I have to say, this is kind of that sweet spot between too realistic and caricature, cartoony, because I think the when it's too realistic, it does not look good on doll scale because the doll always looks older than the actual person that they're trying to portray, and it just looks weird. But then if it gets too cartoony, it doesn't always look like them, and I think this is like a really good like happy medium. And I wish I would have added this to my list for the dolls that I want as well, because I want her too. And they had a few of them. They had a few different outfits actually for Brandy in general.
Well, we can share one. We'll just Okay, and then that's it. That's all I got.
Okay.
What about you?
So let's skip ahead. Dolls I want. So I want all of the Spice Girls dolls.
All the Spice Girls. So that's so spicy. Such a spicy.
I want them all. So the only ones that I have are so if we're going from the top, from the left to the right, this is in chronological order, by the way, from when they were released. I have the second set. That's the one that I have in box that I have up in my closet. And then I have on the bottom row, the two middle ones, I have that set. That was these ones right here where they have two outfits. So those are the same dolls, just in their two separate outfits. Okay. And then now I have the one in the top right-hand corner with the velour outfits, which I just realized has a custom Ginger doll because she was not released in that set. That was after she left the band. So some of these are not. Some of them are customs. Most of these are real, but I think the two right-hand pictures are custom Ginger dolls. Those were never actually released. But anyway, so I want all of the Spice Girls dolls. And doing research for this, I found out that they came out with fashion packs.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know that they came out with the fashion packs. So you can actually get Spice Girls outfits and put them on just your dolls, because they are Barbie scale. But
Right.
I love these. These are iconic outfits from their shows, specifically from the Spice World Tour from 1998. And I really like these.
I love the pinstripe outfit there, whoever's that's for.
Yeah. Scary Spice's black and pinstripe suit.
Mm.
Yeah, I really like that one. I think Scary Spice always had the best ones because I like her like tiger print outfit up in the top as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, all right. So, a Wizard of Oz doll. I would love to have all of the characters, Dorothy, Scarecrow, Tin Man, the Cowardly Lion, Glenda, and the Wicked Witch of the West. So I would like all 6 characters, but really I want a Dorothy. I love Alice in Wonderland, but almost like in second place, but almost equally as much, I love Wizard of Oz. I think it's fair to say that I like probably Alice more because obviously I already have a collection. I don't own any Dorothy dolls, but I love the Wizard of Oz because it's a very similar story. A girl in her real world goes into a fantasy world, and this whole, I love that. I'm definitely escapism. I love that. But specifically the one in the middle, or I have 2 pictures of her. That's why I zoomed in. This is what I was talking about with a caricature or cartoony version, because the one on the right, they made to look more accurate to Judy Garland, but I think it looks a little uncanny or a little strange to me. But if you look at the one in the middle and the one that's zoomed in or whatever, it also looks like Judy Garland, but it's not as super accurate, but I think it looks a little nicer. But I don't know. I'd be happy with either of these dolls. I'm not I'm not being super picky.
Yeah, I mean they're both cute. They're definitely both. I like the socks look weird on the middle one. I'm not sure what's going on there, but
yeah, I think it's the picture, because I've seen other pictures and they don't look too much different than the other one. But
okay.
I think it's just the particular picture I chose for some reason. They're really sheer, is what it is.
Got it.
Let's see here. So next up, I like the cartoony one better. I agree. Yeah. Well, obviously, I just said that. So let's see. The heels. Yep. I need some ruby slippers. So I showed you earlier that I have Mary Poppins Returns, the Emily Blunt doll. I really want a Julie Andrews Mary Poppins doll. And there's a few. There's 6 or 7 different Mary Poppins dolls that are what were widely spread. There's probably way more than that, but there's 3 main ones that were made by Mattel, and there's one that looks too accurate. Once again, it looks unattractive because they tried to make it look too much like Julie Andrews, and it didn't work on a doll scale. There's the other one where they literally use a generic Barbie face and it doesn't look like Julie Andrews at all. But then there's this one is the happy medium, and also just happens to have the best dress and the best umbrella accessory. Her parasol. Her hat's a little weird. It's kind of squished, but I feel when I looked back at the movie, it's actually kind of movie accurate. So there's that. But it came with a whole set. This one, I don't know if the other ones did, but this one actually, you can get separately. You can get Bert, and the Bert actually, it's a unique face mold, and it looks like Dick Van Dyke. And then you've got the 2 kids, which are generic doll faces, but still, you could tell it's Jane and Michael. So there's a whole set. I don't really need the kids, but I wouldn't mind getting the Dick Van Dyke, the Bert doll as well. And they're articulated, which is another really cool thing that, these are from the Disney store, Disney and Barbie collaboration.
Right.
But let's see. All right. So the next one is Lucille Ball. There are so many Lucy dolls. There's a lot of Lucy dolls. And like, I didn't even get all of them. I literally just grabbed a few for like examples, and a couple of my favorites, like the Vitamin Vegemin is a great, it's probably one of my favorite episodes. The candy making one down in the middle there, where they're in the pink outfits. I love that episode. You got the one where she's literally wearing a potato sack, and a couple. In the top right hand corner, it's kind of cut off there. You can't really see it, but she's in her traditional staple outfit with the polka dot dress and the apron and everything. I think if I was to have either of them, if I could only choose one, it would probably be that one where she's in her traditional I Love Lucy outfit, or the one I've zoomed in on, like the one that you could see it's the tribute doll. I think that one looks the most like her, and because they all have unique faces because they're all doing different expressions, which I love. But I think this one actually, to me, looks the most like Lucille Ball, and it's articulated, and I think it's really, really pretty. But I'm definitely a huge fan of Lucy.
Yeah, she's a really pretty. She makes a really pretty doll. Like, I love the Vitamin Vegemin, probably the best. I think the second would be the chocolate one.
Yes, I didn't. There was a picture that was like zoomed in, and you could see their face. They've literally got both dolls in that set have unique face molds where it's like they have the chocolate in their mouth, and they're like. Or whatever. It's like and I normally don't like dolls that are like that. Well, I like a more relaxed or just neutral poses or whatever. But it's perfect for that set. I would love to have that set. And I think there was one where you could just get Lucy by herself as well. But I like the fact that you've got an option there. That was the set of Lucy and Ethel.
Yeah. No, that's awesome.
Yeah. So, Trixie Mattel, talking about drag queens. I do not own any Integrity Toys dolls because they are kind of pricey, but I do know that they are really nice quality and they look really nice. And I do really like Trixie Mattel. I'm definitely a fan of RuPaul's Drag Race, so I've seen every season and stuff. So it's kind of cool when stuff like this happens and there's like a crossover. Like they've had several like pop figures, like Funko Pop has done several different queens and stuff like that. But I love the fact that Trixie Mattel, who is also a doll collector, has her own doll. I think that it was a missed opportunity to not do it, for Mattel to do it. But I like the fact that Integrity Toys did it because I think it's even better than it would have been if Mattel did it. So I wouldn't mind getting my hands on this. I didn't buy it when it came out, but I kind of wish I did.
Yeah, it's I have one Integrity doll, and it's the quality is insane, and the attention to detail is insane. And I actually just joined the W Club, so I joined the cult. So I'll let you know how that goes. But
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But I think Trixie is still on sale. You can get her still.
Oh, okay. I'll have to check, and then like obviously like if it's still available and I'm not having to like buy it secondhand for like 3 times the price on eBay, then then maybe I will get it.
Yeah, I think if you go to the Integrity site, I think it's like it's what it was sold for, like 160 or 170 or whatever, something insane amount, but still not as much as a third party seller. For sure.
All right. So the next one is Vitamin C. I don't know if you remember.
Vitamin C, yes.
So Vitamin C is the singer that sang the song Smile. So if anybody doesn't know, like put a smile on your face. Anyway, enough of that. No, she was really known for having bright colors. Like she always had like yellow and like not blonde, but yellow hair and orange hair and different, and it would change constantly. She loved dyeing her hair. So first of all, her doll is done by Mattel. So naturally, I mean, you can see the doll's face is gorgeous, and it still does actually kind of look like her, even though it kind of looks like a generic doll face. It actually does look like her. But it also came with little hair extensions in red, orange, and purple, so you could like add it to her hair and like change up her style and stuff. And I don't know, I love this doll. Is super colorful. It is kind of like right before the Generation Girls like trend started for the in Barbie world, you know. But yeah, I really like this one, and I loved her music and stuff like that. So I was already a fan of hers back in the day as well. It's kind of sad she's just not doing music anymore, but I really, really like this doll. So, and I think, yeah, that was it for me for the dolls that I want.
All right. So the last section, the last thing we're going to talk about are dolls that missed the mark, and that's and I again, I wish I had more time. I'm sure if I had like 3 weeks, I could like come up with like a twice as many as I have, but these are just highlights.
Yeah. I had so many more slides than what I have, and I tried to pare it back because I'm like, this could be its own video, or you know, this its own thing, but I didn't want to take up 3 hours just to go over my list.
So this is the number one offender on my list, just because and look who it is. Her forehead is just so distracting to me, and like just the way her face is like molded, and it looks very like not like what's her name?
Emma Watson.
Yeah. It's a little disturbing to me, but
100%. It does look very uncanny, and so the thing is, so I do have the doll, and I actually bought this doll when I was in Disneyland, so this was a Disneyland souvenir, and it doesn't look so bad. It really just is the size of the forehead is what the issue is, but it's not just that, and two reasons why this doll missed the mark for me. I still like it, so I just want to put that out there. I do like it, that's why I own it. But first of all, they tried to get very accurate, like they wanted it to actually look like the actress. And I already mentioned earlier that I think that celebrity dolls look better when they're a cartoony, like a caricature version of themselves, instead of when you do this and it tries to get too accurate, it looks weird on a doll scale. It just doesn't work. So I think that's the first misstep right there. That being said, the technology, they scanned Emma's face, and it does look like her, but and you know, like repainters have proven that. Like there's people who have repainted it, and it looks great because they added dimension by shading and makeup and stuff, and they fixed the hairline. But this doll has a very simplistic face up, and it's not doing the face mold any favors.
Right.
But also the technology they used to make this doll is different. It was new technology that they started using for some of the action dolls, like the Marvel characters or whatever. And it's where the head is two separate pieces. You've got the face plate, and then you've got the back of the head with all the hair on it that the hair is rooted to. So it is technically rooted hair, but it's two pieces that are squished together, and you end up with this hairline. And it's so far back, which is not the way that Emma looks. Like here, this is what she looks like. Like she looks like that, but then the doll has what people have deemed as like the Justin Bieber look.
For sure. Speaking of Justin Bieber, yeah.
Oh yeah. So yep, I say it. Some people, and it does kind of look. I mean, to be fair, Emma Watson and Justin Bieber look like if you told me they were related, and I had never seen anything about them, I would probably believe that they were sister and brother. You know, like.
Right.
So I mean, that's fair. Hasbro did I feel like a slightly better job, and I do have this one. It's a little more cartoony, so it's pretty. It's not my favorite doll. It's basic, 5 points of articulation. But at least it doesn't look scary. Right.
No, it's a much more pleasing doll for sure. Okay, let's see. Moving on. There's this Heidi Klum doll that I found. I'm like, this looks nothing like Heidi Klum. It's a pretty doll, but no, I would never be like, oh, that's Heidi Klum.
Right, unless if you knew the outfit or whatever, and whatever.
Yeah, it's more of like a. I think when they make celebrity dolls, they should. I feel like there should be something that is like says like this is who this is, but like this literally could be anyone.
Right, like the Farrah Fawcett doll, for example. That was, you look at that, you know who it is. There's no question.
Right.
I think the only thing about this doll, because I'm looking at pictures of it now, the Heidi Klum doll, and you're right, like it's literally Barbie's face. They didn't even try to give her a unique face mold.
Right.
And I mean, to be fair, Heidi Klum kind of has that face, but she has some unique features, like the shape of her nose, the shape of her smile and stuff. Like, it's just not what they did there. It's literally, it's Barbie as Heidi Klum, or Barbie wearing the same dress as Heidi Klum.
Right. David says, I need her in a chair. Yeah. If they put her in a chair, maybe with some like cards or something.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. And then Kristen Chenoweth.
That's a Kristen Chenoweth doll?
I'm pretty sure it is. I was like,
it's pretty.
What?
It's pretty, but that don't look like her. That looks...
No.
I mean, kind of... You could tell that this is supposed to be a celebrity doll because of the way the face is done.
Yeah.
But because it doesn't look like a Playline doll, but it doesn't look like Kristen Chenoweth has a bigger smile. Like right,
it's so bizarre. So
strange.
That's a miss. Can you tell? What did your mom say? Can you tell us if they talked? Yeah.
Can you tell if it's supposed to be her by the accent? Yeah, there you go. The Heidi Klum doll.
Let's see. Heidi and or not Heidi. Wow. What's her name? Savannah Guthrie and Hoda Kotb from the Today Show.
Once again, are these actually supposed to be them? Because I feel like that's so strange. Like, I feel like these are literally just maybe it's like dolls that are like a tribute to them or something. I don't know. That's so weird because it doesn't look like them at all.
No.
Or, well, I mean, okay. I mean, I can see the characteristics, like certain little things here and there that hint towards them. But obviously, to be fair, this is what I was talking about, though, because if you try and make these women, like, especially, I don't know. I know who they are. I've seen them on TV, but I don't know their names, which one is which. The thing that was throwing me off at first is they have the colors switched, like they're wearing different outfits for the doll to the person. But the woman wearing the blue dress, the actual person, is to the doll wearing the red dress. And like her face has very distinct features that if you tried to do too accurately on a doll, it would look very unflattering on a doll scale, I feel like. So they're like, let's just give her a basic Barbie face mold.
Right. It's just weird. It's just like, okay, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, and then my last one is I don't know what the actual full doll looks like, but just going by like the face sculpt, I would never. I don't know. I don't think it's just a weird sculpt to me.
That's really weird. I mean, like, it kind of looks like him when you have the picture next to it. It's like, okay, I can see what they were trying to do because this is where they tried to do a caricature. But if you didn't have the picture of John Travolta next to it, and you said, like, you know, like if it was like a trivia, like game show or something like that, where you're like trying to guess the celebrity doll, and I saw this one, I would not be able to. I don't think I'd know that that's who it was.
Right, and I mean the hair helps, I guess, but yeah. it's just it's so bizarre. But there's so many more, and I'm sure we'll talk about yours next. But yeah, David wants a bald John Travolta. Sure. I have issues
with the John Travolta doll with little wigs that he can switch in.
With toupees.
Yeah.
I have issues with John Travolta, but that's a whole other discussion. Anyway, all right, let's talk about your dreadful dolls.
My dreadful dolls. I found ones that I think you went for more of like the ones that just don't look like the people. I went like the ones that I found were like, not only did they not look like the people, but they also looked scary or hideous. So the first ones, of course, I have to talk about the Spice Girls singing dolls or the Spice Girls talking dolls.
Wow.
These were on the show. So and these technically are Spice Girls official merchandise. You could tell because they have that little like black thing with the yellow. It says Spice Girls official merchandise that was stamped on everything at the time, because the Spice Girls were literally on everything. You could get the Spice Girls lollipop, the Spice Girls Polaroid camera, Spice Girls chips, like they were selling everything. Pepsi, and obviously with dolls, that's no exception. They had these ones, like they have the good ones that were done by Galoob. And later they were bought out. Galoob was bought by Hasbro, so Hasbro did produce them after. But then after this, like somebody else, I don't know the full story. I'm going to have to do research and maybe do a full video on this later, the history of the Spice Girls doll. But a different company started also making Spice Girls dolls. And I remember going to Toys R Us, and when I was a kid, I wanted to buy a Spice Girls doll, and I saw these on the shelf next to the ones from Galoob. So they were there. I saw them, and I remember as a kid thinking to myself, why do these exist? Like these are hideous. They're terrifying. And I was like, well, I'm not going to get these. I'd rather get the ones that don't sing, that like actually look pretty to me. So, and I have some like here. So I show like originally they were by Galoob, and then when Hasbro bought those ones out, they kind of upped the quality even more, which is nice. And then separate from that, you've got these from a company called Street Life, which I could not find anything on. I don't know what company that is. They probably changed their name since then. But if we look here, you could see a side by side of like the Galoob ones versus the Street Life ones that sing, and it's just like, like what is it?
It's not good. It's not good.
It's
whatever.
Not good. No, like even the one like the Galoob ones are not like they're not the best dolls ever. Like I'll admit it, but like at least they're kind of more cute. Like these other ones they don't even look like the characters. They didn't even try, and they just look weird.
I mean, they're coming from a company called Street Life. What do you expect?
Well, yeah, I guess what do you expect? So, I don't know. I don't know if this is the same company. I think this is a different company. But like, there's a lot of pop star dolls that are like this, where they weren't made by. So here's the thing. This is why I was saying like Mattel does a good job. Hasbro did a good job. Like it's the bigger companies that maybe they have a bigger budget. I don't know. They're known for making dolls and quality dolls, and especially back in the 90s, they did a much better job. But these other companies that weren't as big on making dolls, when they make these celebrity dolls, they just don't look like the celebrities they're meant to be. And like here you've got the Bewitched ones, and these ones I wish I could zoom in, but like these ones look so creepy to me because they're all smiling. I mean, at least, to be fair, Bewitched did really good with their branding with the denim and denim, like whatever outfits. So like you could tell who it's supposed to be based off the outfits and the hair, but the faces are just nah.
Yeah, not cute. Here we are.
Here we go. In Sync is the next one. So these like Uncanny Valley, like they look so creepy. Like I have to give them props because this came out to coincide with their No Strings Attached album, and the music video for Bye 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 or It's Gonna Be Me, one of the two. I think it was It's Gonna Be Me.
Yeah.
And they did this whole like marionette thing where I gotta give them props because they did like their faces and stuff in the music video. They made them look plastic, like with the makeup, and it looked so cool. And like they were in these big giant boxes and like on strings and stuff like that. And then they came out with these around the same time to kind of coincide with that. And I feel like not all of them look bad. Like Joey actually looks like Joey, and I wish I would have gotten a closer picture of him. But the Justin one, the JC one, and the Chris one, they all look creepy. They are so like.
They're actually marionettes. Like they're strings that you can like that's the whole gimmick, I guess. But and I don't know if they were going for like an uncanny valley, like these are like dolls, like actual dolls, not supposed to be like actually supposed to look like them. I don't know what they were going for, but it was it was a case of too accurate face mold. It would they tried to actually make it look like the boys, and they did. But the thing is, when you look at a photograph of somebody, there's a lot more dimension with the light and shadow. And when when it's all flat, it just looks weird. I had S Club 7 on this list, and I think I got rid of the thing because I had too many slides. I should have left it, but I had S Club 7 on the list because they didn't really look like. They didn't look like the people, and they had the S Club 7 has the same issue that the Destiny's Child. I'm going to talk about Destiny's Child here in a second. In fact, I think that might be the next slide. Yeah. So Destiny's Child, like, okay, to be fair, the Kelly doll does kind of look like Kelly, or like it looks okay. It's not bad. And the Michelle doll, the face does look like Michelle, but Beyonce. They did Beyonce dirty here. I don't know. Like these balls. So this is one of those things where like the joint connecting the head to the neck is kind of weird to me. Like it's their jaw. That's what throws me off. It looks like a weird shape. You can't really see it on the Kelly doll, which because of her hair. So like that's why the Kelly doll doesn't look so bad. But you can kind of see it on Michelle, and you can really see it on the Beyonce doll. Their necks are really long too.
Yeah, it's like they have large heads and the necks are really long because it's a basic Barbie size body. Are these made by? Oh, these are made by Hasbro. Okay, so this might be. Oh, these are probably made by Galoob technically, but after Hasbro bought them out. So these are made by the same people that did the Spice Girls dolls, but for some reason, I don't know. They just didn't quite make the mark for me. But I think that the same people made the S Club 7 dolls, and I had them on here, but it's like I didn't know how many people would know S Club 7 because I don't know how big they were in the US compared to the UK. But same situation. You have Kelly and Michelle when they came out. Okay, never got Beyonce. I know the doll just looks so weird. I didn't have pictures of it, but Mattel did eventually make Destiny's Child dolls, but they all have basic Barbie faces.
Of course.
They look better than these ones, though.
My favorite is Kelly, for sure.
Yeah, I think Kelly is the one that it doesn't look as bad compared to the other two. But you can see Michelle's not happy. Like the other two are like, okay, I guess we gotta promote these dolls for Hasbro, and Michelle's like, here it is. She's not happy about it. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't either. I'd be like, do I have to promote this? Can we go back to the drawing board? I don't know.
Give me a paycheck, please. Thank you.
Yeah, right. So the last one that I've got here is specifically the Angelina Jolie Tomb Raider doll. So I wish that Mattel would have done the Angelina Jolie one because it would have been as good as quality as this one, or maybe better. I don't know. But the newer Tomb Raider doll. The thing is, I love Angelina Jolie. I think that she is beautiful, and I've seen so many of her movies and I love them all. But being that I was a huge fan of Tomb Raider, and this came out when I was in high school, like it was one of my favorite. Like I love this movie so much. There was two movies, and I wish that I had a Angelina Jolie Lara Croft Barbie or doll, just in general. But the thing is, I look at this and it's like a weird hybrid between a doll and an action figure.
Yeah.
And the face looks weird. Like if you look at the one on the left in the box, the face looks weird. But if you look at the one on the right, I feel like those are like promotional images maybe, so they look not as bad. And it does, like, you can see it does technically look like Angelina Jolie in the face, like they got some, but some of the proportions are off, and these dolls are very top heavy. Like they have a huge, the dolls look like barrel chested compared to like Angelina, like her body doesn't look like that. So it's so weird.
What is Grandma's Boy?
Oh, Grandma's Boy the movie? Wait, hold on.
I don't know what Grandma's Boy is.
I'm scared to look it up because I don't want to. It is a film from 2006. What? Anyway, I've never seen this before. Oh, wait, maybe I have seen this before. Oh my gosh. Anyway, yeah, okay. It's just like one of those weird, like early 2000s movies. It's really weird. But yeah. Anyway, so I'm not sure what you're referring to about the doll, but I'll have to go back and watch that movie again so that way I can see if I can see what you're talking about. Yeah, I agree. Action figure and doll hybrid, but not in a good way.
The fact that she has molded hair is kind of like strange.
That is very off-putting for me because I love doll hair. That's why I like dolls. Articulation is in second place, but hair is my thing. I like hair play. So you could have given her a long braid, long ponytail, but you didn't. You molded it.
Well, it looks like this is an action figure more than a doll for sure. So that
it is a doll scale. It is taller. It is 12 inches, and I've seen them in person. And to their credit, the outfits are all fabric, separate pieces. The accessories, the backpacks, the guns, the belt, like everything is separate, and it's really good quality. It's just the doll itself that I just do not like. And I really.
The outfits look great, like they look great, but yeah, the doll is just like, what?
Yeah, like come on, do better. Whatever company that was, then. So, and I think that was it. Yep, that was it. That was all I've got for mine for the dolls that missed the mark.
So yeah, there's a ton of bad celebrity dolls out there for sure.
Yeah.
But
yeah, if you're looking for ugly or creepy celebrity dolls, there's a lot.
Yeah. So yeah, let us know if you have any celebrity dolls that you have that you love, or even ones that you hate, and you're like, why did I buy this doll?
Mm-hmm. I was looking at the chat, and Mama Marvelous was like, she looks like the bad graphic version from the first video game. Yeah, that's the stature, why her chest is so big. They tried to make it look like the first Tomb Raider game, where they accidentally enhanced her chest before they finished the game. Right. She got the big pointy cone boobs, the Madonna boobs.
Yeah, for sure. I agree, Coy. That's my jam too. The uglier and the creepier, the better.
Yeah.
I think that's partially why I'm so into male dolls, guy dolls, just because most of them do not look great. And there's always something like off about them. I'm like looking around at my stuff, and I'm like, yeah. There's the handful that I'm like, oh, this is a really cute like doll or whatever, but most of them are just like, what is going on with this? And I must have it like now. So this has nothing to do with what we're talking tonight, but have you heard of Sissy Barbie?
Sissy Barbie?
Sissy Barbie?
No. So, is that like her name, or is that saying that it's a sissy version of a Barbie?
No, Sissy Barbie is actually a Barbie. It's an Italian Barbie. But if you look it up, there's a ton of them on eBay, but this is like an Italian storybook, basically.
Oh, okay.
It's one of those like squishy, books. But I guess this comes with the Sissy Barbie. But I just love that it's called Sissy Barbie. I don't have a doll. I don't know if I'm going to get the doll yet, but I just love the idea of
she's wearing like a white and gold gown or whatever.
I think so. Yeah. There's nothing like remarkable about her necessarily, but it's just funny. I don't know if you had heard of her or not.
No, I haven't actually, but I mean, like I'm looking at some of these pictures though, and she's pretty.
Yeah. I forget that dolls are made around the world, and not everything is like not
right. Oh yeah, like not only like is it like that, but like some are even. It's one of those things where you only really see what's in front of you, right? So it's right. Not that like ignorant American like mentality necessarily, but I really only, think about the dolls that I see, and they're the ones that are marketed towards me as a consumer in the US. So I forget that there are other doll lines that are exclusive to other places, like they have a Japanese version of Barbie that's different from traditional or normal or like whatever the Barbie that we're used to. And she has a completely different face, and she kind of looks a little bit more like an anime character. And then they have another doll line that Mattel makes for them. And then there's a few other that are completely separate, not related to Barbie, that are pretty much like the Leica-chan. I think, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Leica-chan, I'm not sure. Anyway, but they're in Japan. But then there's also, so one of the other YouTubers that I follow, Lao Sky Painter, she goes to like thrift stores and stuff and does toy hunting and whatever. And like there's some dolls that are in Germany that are exclusive. They're not made around the world and stuff. It's like, oh wow, yeah, I guess it's like it's not all about us. There is other places that have their own stuff too. Right. So it's really interesting. But then I want that stuff and I can't have it because it's expensive to import it.
It sure is. So we were talking about Darling Dolls. You mentioned Darling Dolls earlier, and I watched their Sailor Moon video where they were talking about, and it's just funny like how like different brands will produce different types of dolls, and they're available in different parts of the world, and it's just so fascinating. And so the part of the fun of collecting, I guess, is
having variety and choices.
Anyway, Plastic Perfection says Laverne Cox. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the Laverne Cox doll. I don't think it's a good likeness of her. I think there's something about it that's just not right. Or it doesn't sit right.
I'm going to go back to what I was saying about when they try and make it look too accurate. I think that they did an okay job for Laverne Cox. I will leave it at okay, because it's not the worst. We've seen worse just talking on this, in some of the things that we've shown already. But I think it's kind of that case where they tried to make it too accurate, so it ended up not being a very flattering representation, because like I feel like the eyes were a little too close together, and like a few things. I don't know. I like the design of the doll, and I love the fact that the outfit is made to be in layers, so you can have different looks. I love that. Like when I watched the video that Laverne did, where she went to Mattel and was kind of going through and like they were collaborating the design and everything. I really I started appreciating the doll more when I saw that like what went into it. And really, like, I think what made me like it the most is how happy it made Laverne. But I do agree that I don't like it as much as it could have potentially been. But I don't know all the restrictions that they were under when making that, like cost and other factors.
Right. Yeah, I feel like the doll manufacturer has a bigger say than they probably present the person with, do you like option 1, option 2, option like whoever they're making a doll of probably doesn't have. They probably just have like final say versus like I want my eyes to look like this, and I want
right. Oh yeah, no, definitely, because part of it, I always have to like. I see so many people, like I stopped reading comments on under things because like people get really mean or just like whatever. But it's like we got to remember, like Mattel is a publicly traded company, and Mattel does not always have the last say. The shareholders influence and the places where it's going to be sold, like the stores, they have a huge influence on what the end product is going to actually be. So it's not always just up to Mattel. So there's that. But I think you're right, though. I think that it's less of like, what do you want us to do? And more of, here we have options. Which option do you like the best? That probably makes the most sense. So.
Well, when they make a doll of me, I will make sure.
I'm in the process of making a mini me, and this is going to be a junk drawer exclusive. You're getting an early access view of a very unfinished doll. So like there's a long way to go, but I'm in the process of making a mini me.
Oh, nice.
The hair's not going to be this long, but I was in the process of rooting the hair. I'm using an Ever After High face because Ever After High is my favorite doll brand. But I'm going to be using the Hagrid body. That's why he's out here. So I'm going to be using the Hagrid body for the body shape and the articulation, but I'm going to be using the Ever After High face, and I'm going to give him a little beard. I got some flocking, like the whatever, and I don't know how I'm going to do the beard yet, but I'm going to try and figure that out. But there you go. That's a little junk drawer exclusive. You saw it here first.
I love that. I'm also not in the process, but I will also be making a mini me, just because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's a thing to do. If you collect dolls, it's like,
if you have doll social media, you need to have a mini me of yourself.
Right.
A mini representation.
So G3 Frankie, that'd be cute.
There you go. Oh yeah, the Bellatrix and Sirius Black. I got like most of the first ones that came out. I got like Harry, Ron, Hermione, Luna, McGonagall, Hagrid, and Dumbledore when they all came out. Then I got the Quidditch version of Harry and Draco, and that was it. After that, I was like, oh, they're making too many of these. I thought I was just going to get, the main characters, and it's like, oh, they're still going. Okay, I can't afford all these. So although the Bellatrix one looked really cool.
Yeah, I don't follow Harry Potter. Yet something else I don't follow that everyone else does. But yeah. Anyway, okay. I think we can end it there.
Okay.
We're 2 hours, which is like insane.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, like I said, I tried to pare it back because if you give me a platform and a topic, I will talk for way too long. So
I loved talking about celebrity dolls. I think it was a good chat, good show.
Mm-hmm. I agree. This was fun. I'm glad that you came up with this topic. I like the idea, and I realized I forgot how many I actually own that are celebrity dolls.
Well, we can always do a part 2.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Look for that, I guess.
There you go.
All right. Well, anyway, yeah, we're gonna cut it there. But thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to follow Chad on follow his YouTube channel, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all the social medias. Are you at the same handle, or is it different for each platform?
Yeah, no, I kept it. I was able to get it all the same on each of them, so it's just Chad Marvelous.
Sweet.
Yeah, Luckily, the name wasn't taken because I'm the only marvelous Chad. So
the only marvelous one. So yeah, go follow all those accounts. Also, don't forget to subscribe to me, obviously, and follow me. I just started up a whole bunch of social accounts, so yeah, and I guess that's it. So thank you again for watching, and I will see you next week. Same time, same place. And yeah, so that's it. Okay.
thanks.
Bye.
Bye.